video. So good morning, guys.
Good morning. Good morning. I can say something really quick. Good morning, everybody. Just wanted to remind everybody about our pre-escrow services. We want to make sure you meet your contingencies. So number one, once you have a listing and before we open escrow, we'll order a preliminary title report and we'll start beginning to work on any liens, red flag items, or any issues of concern before opening escrow to ensure you have a smooth and worry-free process. And for properties with homeowners associations, we offer an HOA assistance program, and that saves your sellers time in dealing with the HOA and the inconvenience of writing a separate check to them. So the way it works is we cover the HOA fees up front, and then we'll bill the seller through escrow. And we can also provide information on any required city reports. And also remember, we offer the free notary services for your sellers that can save your sellers hundreds of dollars. And we can get floor plans for you, free buyer seller guides, and net sheets. Net sheets are free of cost. You can order those and as many as you need, no matter how many the sales price changes on the listing. And so if you haven't used us before, I hope there might be an opportunity for us to work together. Please write us in your next contract, and we would love to work with you. Thank you.
Awesome, guys. Michael, do you want to say anything, or Yasmin covered it all today?
Well, Yasmin nailed everything, and right when I was going to say something, she nailed that too. So I just want to welcome everybody to EOG University, and these are outstanding. Justin is amazing. You can ask real questions in real time, and I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy to kick off the week with some knowledge. Thank you, Justin Taylor. Appreciate you very much.
Of course, and I appreciate you guys. Thank you for everyone for joining us today. I know some may have been, crazy weather, maybe not crazy weather, but I'm happy that we're all here together and doing another training. So we're going to do YouTube, how to optimize your YouTube channel in video content. So we're going to go through a training deck, of course, but I'm going to be jumping back and forth through an actual YouTube channel to show you guys a visual of actually what to do, what I'm telling you, where to locate these certain things. But I know we've done a YouTube class before. This one, we're going to dive a little bit deeper into how you can truly optimize your channel or videos so that you can leverage YouTube's algorithm and just the way that people are searching. So I just wanted to point out first, right? We always talk about YouTube. I just love the stat that NAR gave us. People are probably sick of me saying it, but 51% of home buyers choose YouTube as their #1 research platform. This is a search engine in itself. We as a society are consuming more video content, short form video content, longer form video content. It is just video content in general. So I would encourage you guys, and as we go through this, simply go to YouTube and take a look in your search bar and start typing in maybe home for sale in Costa Mesa. Okay. You see this? Like wherever it's going, right? So you can see people are going in here to search for even homes or property taxes in, right? These are things that you should think of for topics for your videos. Maybe it's home warranty, right? These are great ideas. Scams. Is a home warranty a scam? That'd be a great topic to do that, right? Where you're debunking or you're talking about the benefits of a home warranty, but you have some type of title or something that's a hook, right? Catches on to people for that specific area, right? Home warranty HVAC. When we start going through the training deck, you're going to see a lot about researching keywords or SEO. This is a great opportunity to come here and see what people are even looking for. Things to do in let's just do San Diego, right? What are some things to do? It doesn't always have to be just about real estate or relocating to, right? Bunch of different places in here. So this is a great way to go get ideas about what type of video content you can make, but also to research what people are actually searching for, what they want more information for, so that you ensure that you're putting out content that consumers actually want to consume. So yes, people are going to YouTube to research more about the home buying process, the home selling process. Seeing your home, right? Right? Maybe certain different things there, get some different topics there, investing, buying, investment property, okay? A lot of different topics there that you can talk about with equity, right? You just saw that. A lot of cool different things, whether it's buyer, seller, investors, there's a ton of content that can be consumed here. So let's go ahead and dive in. Let's just jump right in here. I'm going to present. Okay. I'm going to come through here. All right. Primary, secondary, and long tail keywords. We talked about keywords before briefly, but we're going to dive a little bit deeper into them. But like Google, keyword research is an essential part of SEO for YouTube. Okay, YouTube is a search engine just like Google. Google owns YouTube, so a lot of the same principles apply. Keywords represent the words and phrases.
I just wrote him and Emma Lovewell. Emma said to say hi to you.
James, I'm going to mute you there. You guys can stay muted unless you have a question. You can throw it in the chat box or unmute. I'm happy to answer. But keywords represent the words and phrases your audience will most likely use when searching for content like yours. YouTube's search bar, just like what we did, suggests related queries as users type. So using various keywords in your video will help it get found more often. So again, you can go there for research, find out what those keywords are, whether primary, secondary, and long tail keywords. And we're going to break each of those down here in the next slide. So primary keywords are going to have higher search volume, but they tend to be more competitive and difficult to rank. So if I just typed in real estate, right, that's a primary keyword. A lot of competition with that keyword. You have to break it down. I'm not saying that don't use the primary keyword. You're kind of coupling these all together, creating more long tail keywords or phrases, how people are naturally and organically doing searches, whether on Google or YouTube. Okay, so primary keywords are going to be more competitive and broad, if you can think of it that way, like real estate. Now, secondary keywords have a lower search volume, but they have less competition, which makes them easier to rank for. So some may be like San Diego real estate or Costa Mesa real estate, SoCal, wherever you're at, right? Adding something else in there, maybe a geographic location or something in addition to that primary keyword that's making it less competitive, right? Because the market share for that is going to be a little bit less. Real estate, global. San Diego real estate, pinpoint to a specific location, right? Long tail keywords are longer and more niche phrases, generally related to your primary and secondary keywords. For example, I just wrote this one up. So if your keyword is Costa Mesa real estate, okay, a long tail keyword phrase, right, the longer version may be single family homes for sale in Costa Mesa. Okay, that is intent, meaning when you go to YouTube or you go to Google and you're looking to do a search, it's a search intended keyword. So that is going to be naturally how someone's going to type that in, right? Single family homes for sale in Costa Mesa. It's a lot more specific. It's a lot longer, but it's how someone naturally goes in and does a search on one of these platforms. Okay, so primary keywords, very broad, very competitive. Example would be real estate. Secondary keywords are going to have a lower search volume, but they're less competitive because they're more specific. So San Diego real estate, right? Still going to be kind of competitive because it's a huge market there, but that would be considered a secondary keyword. Long tail keywords are going to be more phrases that people would organically search in a search engine. So if our keyword, whether maybe it's secondary, Costa Mesa real estate, a long tail keyword example of that would be single family homes for sale in Costa Mesa. Okay, so another one, and you can include these in your title, single family homes for sale in Costa Mesa. That could be a whole video in itself in the title, and you're talking about what can you even buy at a certain price point that's a single family home in Costa Mesa or San Diego or wherever your market is. Or what kind of condo can you buy, right? You can think of those different ideas of what you could post. To continue with keywords, you want to boost with the YouTube search bar. So I showed you guys this in the beginning, going there to actually see what those keywords could be or what people are already searching for. So leverage YouTube search bar to find related search terms in addition to your general keyword search. Recency, meaning how recent was it posted, does seem to matter on YouTube in their algorithm. So if the top YouTube videos have a lot of views but are old, that means that there's an opportunity that you can recreate that same video with that topic. Okay, does that make sense? So if you're doing your research and you see a video that got whatever it may be, 20,000 views, 50,000 views, whatever it may be, successful, right? It was a successful video. It got quite a bit of views, but it was posted 2 years ago, 3 years ago, even a year ago. You can go in and basically duplicate the topic that they just created that will boost because you just posted it and it matches keywords, it matches titles, right? Different things like that. It may boost you up so that your video gets shown. Okay, so think of that when you're researching on YouTube, when you're going through and doing your research and you're looking at videos that were created and they were pretty successful or somewhat successful. Think about how you could create that or duplicate that for your own video. Add keywords strategically to your video content. So now that we have your target keywords, right? You're going through, you're researching, you're looking in the search bar, you're understanding what consumers are looking for in your specific market, right? The whole goal is to meet people that are looking to do real estate transactions in your local market, right? A primary keyword like real estate, we've talked about this before with hashtags, that's very broad, that's global, right? We want to obviously capture more views and engagement by using those broad keywords, but we also want to use specific local keywords that are specific to our market because we ultimately want to work with more people in our market, right? That's where we're licensed, that's where we can do business. So now we have your target keywords there, you can add them to your videos. Keywords should be included in the following places. This first one I want to include because it's something that we haven't necessarily talked about before, but file names do matter and are taken into consideration when you upload them to virtually any platform, okay? File names can allow a platform like YouTube to understand more about what that content is in that video or photo. So for an example, you take a photo on your phone. I'm talking about an iPhone, not really sure about Android, but probably the same. When you take a photo, just a static photo, it is time-stamped, date-stamped, typically a geographic location. It knows where that photo was taken, maybe in San Diego, maybe I'm in Gilbert, Arizona, right? Wherever that photo was taken. For an example, when I went and was looking at some photos when I was in Paris last year, and it says the actual location of where I was standing and took that actual photo. Okay, so it's all time-stamped. Same for videos. Same for videos. But notice when you take those photos or videos and you transfer them or upload them, or you just look at the file name, it's like a bunch of numbers and letters jumbled, or it's IMG and a bunch of numbers, right? It's some just random name. Now, when you upload that random name, that doesn't tell the platform much about what's in that content. But if you strategically go in and change that file name, right? Just like on your computer, you can change a file name to anything. You go in and change that file name, and instead of it being just a photo of a home, maybe it's San Diego real estate, or it could be, 123 East Main Street, San Diego, realtor, your name, real estate, whatever, right? It could be as long as your heart desires, but be strategic at what you're putting in there. Couple things with that. Not only does that help the platform that you're uploading that to understand more about the content that's in that piece of media, but this gives you the opportunity to rank in Google Images and in videos when someone does a Google search. So sometimes when you do a Google search, you may get some suggestions from YouTube videos. Okay, not all the time, but sometimes. And a lot of the times that's because the file name matched up and the platform knew more about what was in that content. And then for the Google Images portion, anytime you guys are uploading images to your website, social media platforms, your Google business profile, YouTube, wherever it may be, you may rank in Google Images. So if someone's researching moving to San Diego or moving to SoCal or wherever it may be, and they want to see more visuals, right? I want to see the area of where I'm moving to or all that good stuff. And now you have an image, your image is showing up for that search in Google Images. And when they click that image, it goes to whatever platform that was posted on. Maybe it was a blog on your site. Think about that. You post blogs on your site. Do you include a photo? And if you just got a free stock photo, did you leave it the stock a file name, or did you change the file name so that you can rank in those images? Okay, so that's a long explanation about file name, but it does matter. We haven't really talked about that before, but that is a huge part of SEO in ranking, not just on YouTube, but across most platforms in the algorithm. Again, it gives them more insight on what is in that photo itself. Mary said, don't you have to have a description for those photos to Google to recognize? I'm not entirely sure what you mean about that, but the file name itself is what Google is going to read. The file name itself is what Google is going to read. Now, if you're uploading that photo as a social media post or on your Google business profile or somewhere where you can have a description, absolutely, you should add a description in there as well. That could be, whatever pertains to that photo. But changing the file name is what Google reads to understand what is inside of that piece of content. So if it's just a default name, IMG, a bunch of numbers and letters or whatever it may be, Google doesn't understand what's in that piece. Hopefully that helps. Your video title, right? Keywords should be in your video title. Why a home warranty is important when buying in San Diego. Buying a home in San Diego, right? Think of those video titles. However, whatever keywords you're trying to leverage in these videos or your content, absolutely include them in your title. You want to include them in your description. Tags are, you can include tags in there, but just know, and I'll show you where those are when we jump into YouTube. But tags aren't heavily weighted in being searchable or someone being able to find it. Okay, these others are more important. Title cards and overlays. We're going to talk about title cards. What does that mean? That means in your video, just like you see me in this little box, if I had a little tile up here or a card that says, or I point to it in the middle of the video, I'm like, if you guys want to learn more about home warranties, maybe today I'm talking about listings or something, and you guys want to learn more about home warranties, click the video up here to learn more, right? It gets them in your ecosystem. It gives them additional content to click on and consume. Video chapters, we're going to talk about that. Video chapters are where when you scroll, you're watching a video at the bottom, you can actually select to see a certain portion of a video. So if I'm talking about home warranties in general, and I'm more interested in listing home warranty, I can put on the video chapter, I can put exactly where I start to talk about listing home warranties. Not for buyers, but for listings. Say it's at 5 minutes. I can click 5 minutes and it's going to take me directly there in the video. Okay. Again, it allows YouTube to understand more about what's in that content, and it's a better experience for the those who are actually consuming your content. And don't worry, guys, I'm going to show you exactly where you can add those or how to add them in video script. So this is, of course, like if you have it transcribed or anything like that, you can have the script in there or captions added to your video. And we're going to talk more about that as well. Google recommends using the target keywords as close to the beginning of the title, description, and tags as possible. So if you can do it at the very beginning, it'd be ideal. All right, let's talk about captions. Captions, if you don't know what captions are, they, just like if this was a video that you guys were watching, it shows exactly what I'm saying. It transcribed it and it's showing the captions across the screen, just like if you're watching a movie and you want to turn captions on, okay? Captions are an essential part of social media accessibility. So when we talk, we're not even talking SEO at the moment, but just for people with hearing impairments, it's a benefit for them. But they also add context and fill in any audio gaps that viewers might miss. So Verizon Media had a study and they found that 80% of people are more likely to watch a video when captions are available. Now, the biggest reason for this, in my opinion, is maybe they are working, right? There's so many people who are on their phone, maybe at their desk or wherever it may be, and they're consuming video content. Nobody can hear it, right? Because they're just reading what they're saying, right? Those captions are on. It's a huge piece of it. Can manually add those. YouTube can automatically transcribe for you and add those captions on there. There's an option for that. Or you can upload a different script if you had for it to that file. But typically it's automatically already done. You just want to double check because sometimes it misses. Like in one of the videos that I had uploaded, I said menu and it transcribed it as mini. It's just sometimes it's not 100% accurate, and that's okay. And people will put that together, but just know videos that have captions in them typically are viewed more by consumers and actually pushed out more by the algorithm. So keep that in mind as well. All those, another word for captions would be subtitles. They just want to be fancy. So on top of improving accessibility and user experience, captions let you include important keywords that YouTube can easily pick up on. So when they go through and they transcribe this, they take the audio portion of it and transcribe it. They're learning more about what's in that video content. It's basically like taking a blog and taking the blog out of a video, and they're understanding more of the content that's actually in there, what you're talking about. They can scan through that and be like, oh, this is all about real estate, or this is all about home warranties, this is all about the buying process, moving, relocating, all that kind of stuff. So when people are doing their searches, YouTube understands more of who your audience would be. The whole point of all of this and optimizing it is to allow the platform and algorithm to get your content organically out in front of more people that would consume it. So for example, let's say you have 100 subscribers and you're like, oh my gosh, the maximum views I'm ever going to get on this video is 100. That is not correct. Your views in video content that's being consumed is not determined by how many subscribers you have. Of course, the higher subscriber account does help for many of the different features and may boost you in the algorithm, but please know that any content that you put out on this platform is going to be pushed out naturally by the algorithms, okay? The platform's they want people to consume content. So they're gonna take a look at your video, they're gonna understand who, they may not even push it directly to your subscribers, okay? It may go to other markets or places where they think that content's gonna be consumed more, okay? Notice here, you just show this example, this is just what the captions will look like, okay? They're just highlighted there, so whatever she's speaking is shown there on the screen. All right, cards. Using cards and end screen. Remember earlier I was talking about how you can have something up here in the corner when you're talking, or when something comes up when you're speaking about it and you're like, I've done a video on this. If you want to learn more, click here, okay? That allows better engagement. But YouTube cards are the little interactive boxes you see at or in YouTube videos asking you to watch other videos or to subscribe. You can always have them subscribe with that as well. Cards are a great way to keep viewers engaged as well as direct traffic to related videos. So again, I talk about all the time, the internet is our store. For our profession, the internet is our store. We're very personable, but our industry or the process is very digitally driven, meaning our clients, prospects start on the internet, okay? So that is our store. We don't have a physical location. You may have an office, but we don't have a physical location like a retail or a restaurant or something like that would. So this is one of those places where YouTube is one of your locations. It's one of your stores, okay? So when people are in that store, they're consuming your content, these cards are great because you're getting them to stay in your ecosystem longer. That is our goal. We want them, you know, it's just like back in the day when I did scripting for sales calls. And I would train agents on sales calls and tactics and all that. The longer you keep someone on the phone, the longer you keep those digging questions, right? When you're talking to someone, cool, you're selling here. Well, after you sell, where are you going to, right? You keep those digging. The longer you keep them in your ecosystem, the more opt that they're going to work with you instead of somebody else because they don't want to have to go through this whole process again or re-explain to anybody, right? So you should do that there. All right, so just know you can add cards there. I'm going to come out of here real quick. I want to show you guys some physical pieces here. Where were we? Not there. There it is. All right, so if I come over here and I'm going to go to our YouTube channel, let's say you want to add a card to a piece of your video content. Well, one, you got to navigate over to your channel. So you see here, it says manage videos. I'm on my channel. I'm logged in as my YouTube channel. You got to make sure you're logged in so you can actually edit your channel. I'm going to click manage videos and I'm going to choose one of the videos that I want to include a card on. So let's say it's this one here. So a couple of things. I'm going to click edit, a little pencil icon under details. And I'm going to scroll down on the left. And you can go into the editor on the left-hand side. Okay, we're in the video content. I'm going to click editor on the left-hand side. And on this page, we have options for some editing items here. We're going to talk about end screen in the next slide as well, but we're going to focus on info card. So if I click this to add an info card, they give you certain options. Now you have to have a certain amount of subscribers or views to include a link, to link out of the platform. And this channel does not. However, you can add a video playlist or a different channel. So if you're going to add another video, let's say info card in the video we brought up, I'm going to stick with home warranties, okay? It's for training purposes, but virtually any other video that pertains at the one that you're talking about, you can always have them link up. So I'm going to click video, and it's going to ask you to select what video you want to choose. So let's pretend this, talks. My current video that they're consuming is about the buying process. In that video, I bring up home warranties. And I say, if you want to learn more about home warranties, click right here. I find in the video where that's at, right? Those seconds, where that's at. See this box up here? Okay. I can find where I want that to display. So maybe it's at 5 minutes. Okay, so you can just come in here and maybe select 5 minutes. So on the 5 minute mark, of course, wherever that's at, this will pop up when I talk about it. You can add a custom message. Learn more about home warranties. Optional. Teaser text. Why you need a home warranty. Again, for training, but they give you 30 characters on both, so you can add that in there. And then once everything is good, you can custom message. Did I go over? Oh, I went to 33. Okay. Well, for this purpose, I'm just going to do that. Okay. Has to be under 30. And I'm going to click save. And now when that video is played and you get to that 5 minute mark, that box will pop up. Okay. That is info cards. That helps. One, it can help get you more views on your video content when you're having them go weave in and out of your content, right? You're keeping them in your ecosystem, and that allows YouTube to learn more about your content in general that you are making. All right, let me pause it for a second. I think there was something in the chat. Should you use your name or business name on YouTube channel or have both? Good question, James. I recommend however you promote yourself as a real estate business, you should have on there. So for instance, Justin Taylor, Arizona real estate, maybe, or Justin Taylor buying, selling, investing real estate in X market, right? You want to make sure that you're using SEO when you're talking about the channel name. But I do recommend that you typically use however you promote your business currently. I would recommend doing that so it's consistent, and you want to make sure that you're compliant. Okay, so again, in California, you want to make sure that if your license number is required on everything, that YouTube banner, your name, brokerage, your license number, whatever you need to disclose on these platforms in your specific market, you want to make sure you add those on there. But I do recommend your name because people are going to research your name. I do recommend including real estate or some type of term of real estate in there, and then maybe your geographic market that you actually work in. Okay, because those are all searchable. And you will be researched when somebody wants to work with you. Yes, Mary, so I'm going to talk about the end screen, the video out. That's going to be the end screen. She asked, can we check that part of the info card in the video out? So it'd be slightly different, but virtually the same, okay? And here we are, end screen, right? I believe it's the next one. Yeah, so end screen. Let me present this and we'll jump back in. End screens are similar to cards, but they appear during the last 5 to 20 seconds of a video. So if you've ever watched a full YouTube video and you get to the end, sometimes there's going to be an end screen video, maybe just suggesting, not that you're necessarily talking about it in the video that they're currently watching, but it pops up because it's getting near the end of the video and you're giving them another suggestion to watch another one of your videos. Okay, again, keeps them engaged, keeps them on your content. The longer, the better. End screens give you a chance to promote other videos, encourage subscriptions, or point users toward your most popular playlist. So very similar to that card, the info card. It could be a video, it could be a playlist, it could be a channel, whatever it may be, but you can add that on there as well. And from an SEO standpoint, both cards and end screens keep your viewers engaged with your content longer. Okay, so that's another way that you can optimize your channel, is keeping them on your channel longer, consuming more content, and in turn, YouTube is going to be like, oh, people are clicking on more of their videos, right? People are watching more. You're getting, even if it's an extra 30 seconds on a video, that's substantial in the big picture. Okay, so for end screen, we're going to go back into this channel, just like where we were. I'm going to back out so you guys can see where we originally got there. Let me go back to the very channel. Okay, so on our channel, we are logged in. Okay, we know we're logged in because we're in our Google account. I'm going to click Manage Videos. I'm going to find the video that I want to choose. So let's go with this one. I'm going to click Little Details. Now we're editing this video particularly. I'm going to scroll down on the left, choose Editor, and this is where we were, right? We saw info cards. Now I'm going to add an end screen. You can have templates added on here, video playlists. You can have them subscribe or go to another channel. So maybe if they've reached all the way to the end of the video, maybe you're going to have them watch another video or maybe subscribe to your channel. I'm going to click video. Know that the subscription button is not available on the info card, just the end screen. Okay, but I'm going to click video. From here, it's going to display it the last few seconds of the video. If you click this square, you can move it around. Okay, so maybe if your face is right here, you probably don't want it right and directly in your face. Maybe it's going to come over here, maybe down here. Okay, they give you some options for what video you want to promote. Maybe most recent upload. Okay, so it's automatically going to feature your most recent one before this video. Best for viewer, allow YouTube to select a video from your channel to best suit the viewer. This could be good. It could maybe not work. It depends. Okay, algorithms are really good at what they do, but they're not 100%. Or choose a specific video, which is what I would choose. So you select that, and it's going to ask you what video you want them to watch next. So if I wanted them to watch this one, I select that. And it's automatically shown at the here, how many seconds it's going to display there. And if you're good with everything, right, just those options there, I'm going to click Save. And now we have an end screen on there. And now instead of the plus button, it has the edit. So if I click into here, I can always go back in and change that video that's displayed there. Or maybe I say I want it over here. Or maybe I want it to show at a, again, 5 to 20 seconds. Maybe I want it to show the last 5 seconds or maybe the full 20 seconds. Depending on what it is, you're going to come in here and adjust that. Okay, but you can move it around, choose what type of video you want to display, and then click Save. Now, let's say you wanted just to go back out. You can select, if I go back out here, discard changes, edit end screen. If I wanted, your most recent upload, best viewer, or, your recent video here, you wanted to change that, you're going to click little pencil icon, and you can go and choose a different video to display there. Okay, and then you just hit Save, and then it's on there. You can always go in and edit that or delete it if you wanted to. So if I just click Delete, click Save, and then notice the plus sign's back, so I can click plus sign and say instead I wanted to subscribe. Where do I want this subscribe to go? Maybe here. Can show hovered outline. I would recommend, because it's going to show your profile photo. Subscribe to this. It's going to show your group name there. And then we have to add an element, and I can add a video to include to that. You have to have both. You have to at least have a video on here. You can't just have the subscribe. So maybe I put the video up here to give them some options. And again, you go in and just choose whichever video you want. Click save. And now not only do I have my video suggestion where they can click on next at the end, but also call to action to subscribe to my channel. Okay. So I'm going to come in here and delete this so that's not on there. Delete, save. Cool. All right. So that is end screen. So info cards, of course, you can place somewhere in the video. Again, if you talk about something that comes up, you can say, oh, you guys can click here to learn more about that. And then, of course, you have the end screen that you can have some call to actions, another video for them to continue watching or consume. And then in addition, you can have them subscribe as well, that call to action to subscribe. Let me check chat box. I think got all that covered. Cool. Present. All right, let's see. Adding timestamps. This is kind of unique, a little bit deeper as well, but YouTube timestamps let YouTube know where the important parts of your video begin and end. So maybe you've watched a video before and you've seen these little timestamps in the actual video or in the description of the video. But this allows YouTube to understand the content of your video even better, and in turn gives you a stronger YouTube SEO ranking signal. In addition, it can be a better experience for your clients as well. I think I got one more screen here. Yes. So notice that sometimes when you Google something, remember sometimes videos pop up and they will be broken down. So if a user in a video has matched greatly with what they were searching for and your content, right? Google's like, oh, this seems like it's a great pair. I'm going to show it. It can split up the important parts or different topics throughout that video. So at 0, of course, that's like the intro. But at 40 seconds, maybe you start talking about home warranties. And at 58 seconds, you start talking about lending. Or at 2 minutes, you start talking about, maybe this is the whole buyer process or seller process. You're kind of stepping them through the process, and you're setting up chapters or timestamps in your videos so that if a user just wants to learn about the lending process or the home warranty, they click on there, it goes directly to that video content. But not only does it a better experience for the user, but it allows YouTube to understand more what is inside that video. Okay, and I'll show you guys where you can add these. But Google search results timestamps are shown below video search results in key moments. So you can see similar to here, okay, those key moments. The user searches for a particular phrase and Google sees that this phrase is used as a timestamp, SEO, it will allow them to show up in that search. Google will direct the user to the exact part of the video where they can find the answer. So maybe you're doing a Q&A, right? The home buying process, a Q&A, or whatever element it may be, right? Relocating to Laguna or to wherever you may be, right? And then you have timestamps set up on the different pieces of that in there. Let me come out of here. How you're going to set up those timestamps is fairly simple. On your YouTube channel, you're going to manage your videos again. You're going to find the video that you want to add these to. So let's say this, for example, I'm going to click edit. And in the description is where you're going to start adding these. Okay, so maybe you have a description here. Let's talk about the home buying process or relocating to learn more about relocating to San Diego, California, and the entire process of buying your home, whatever that may be. Okay? Again, your description, however you're going to go through to type that out. Leverage ChatGPT if you need help with that. Just make sure it's SEO friendly. You're using those keywords. But then now, how you're going to do a timestamp is, let's say you have to have 3 minimum. You have to have 3 minimum. And you have to start with 0. So 0:00. Okay. Relocating to San Diego, California, It's kind of like an intro. I'm going to put that in there because I want to leverage SEO. I hit enter. And now let's say at 30 seconds, I'm talking about lending. Okay. So I 0, actually, let's do 1 minute. Maybe there's an intro. Okay. Minute. Securing. Maybe qualifying for a home loan. Okay. And then maybe the third one, maybe you have to have 3 minimum. You can have more throughout your entire video, but let's say now at 5 minutes, 5:00, I'm talking about 5 things to remember when relocating, whatever it may be, right? You're going to go through whatever video content is, you can go through and timeline it. Okay, now that we have those 3, you can add more if you wanted to, but now you have those 3. I'm going to come up here and click save. That's all you got to do, right? Now, when I go to the video, it's not going to show the timestamps necessarily right away in the actual video here, although it is. See, sometimes it takes a minute, but it is. So in the very beginning, at 0, relocating to San Diego. At 1 minute, qualifying for a home loan. At 5 minutes, 5 things to remember when relocating. Okay, so this gives you the opportunity, 1, to get your users to the spot that they're looking for. They're looking for that answer, right? And it also allows YouTube to know more about what's in that video content. So maybe your YouTube video title isn't necessarily relocating or 5 things you need to know about relocating, but this now created like sub SEO, and 5 things to remember when relocating is now part of that video when someone's searching. Okay, so you're playing the algorithm game, increasing your SEO, but you're also making a better user experience for those watching the video. But notice, when I scroll down, people do look at descriptions. When I scroll down and click more, I can automatically just click one of these, and it's going to take me directly to that piece. If I want to go to here, it's going to take me directly to that piece. Okay, so you're kind of creating chapters. Timestamps, chapters, they're kind of the same thing. But you're creating chapters in your video so that if somebody wants to go and just consume this, or they're more interested in one piece of it, they click there, or they click here, wherever it may be. Once YouTube understands it, typically it takes a little bit, but a little thing will pop up here for them to click 5 things, or down here. Very similar to what we see here. Let me make this bigger. Okay, very similar to what you see here in the actual video. If I go back, you can see this little, see these little splits, and that piece will pop up for those, like you've seen there. But you have to do it in that description, wherever it was. Where'd it go? There it is. Okay, has to be in that description. Once you take a look at that video, they will be live, and these are clickable. Remember, minimum of 3. Okay. That's a huge win if you can get that done. All right, let's go back in here. Talk about timestamps. I think we're good there. We talked about that. It'll show up in Google searches, right? Those timestamps are going to help you show up more in those Google searches. Looks very similar. Add timestamps. Again, also sometimes called chapters to your videos, just like what we went through here. You can call it chapters you want. This is an example of a description. Again, they allow you a lot of characters in here. I do recommend if you can break up some of the content, do it, just like it's shown here in the chapters. But also don't be afraid to link out other things. Curious about your home valuation or how much equity you have in your home, right? Add a link in there. Maybe it's a link directly, start browsing homes in San Diego, or single family homes in San Diego, condos in San Diego, whatever it may be, right? You can start breaking that up. Don't be afraid to add a lot of content in here, because it will only benefit you. All right, stay connected, write all your details, maybe connect with me on LinkedIn, Instagram, like all those other platforms. You can include those links in here as well. Descriptions, of course, we talked about those before, but those are a great way to, again, give those that are viewing your content more information about you. Maybe you pop in some accolades in there, maybe some reviews or something you can always put in there, but you're giving them more content to consume, keeping them in your ecosystem, but you're also telling YouTube more about what you are and content that you're producing. All right, categories real quick. YouTube uses categories to group videos into broad topics. I want to make sure that's clear, broad. So there's not a category that's just real estate. So we'll take a look in there and you can choose, maybe it's people and blogs or something like that. But it's very broad, but it's still an opportunity for you to let Google know what type of content you're producing. This makes it easier to find related content and shows YouTube which channels are producing the best quality content in that space. By selecting the appropriate category for each video you upload, you're giving YouTube a clear signal about what your video is about. And this information will be used by YouTube to determine if it should appear in search results for certain topics. Okay, so from here, if I go back in, sorry guys, sorry, I'm going back and forth. I know it might be making people nauseous, but I'm gonna go back into the channel. Gonna go back to manage videos. You're gonna select the video that you want. So you can either click on the video itself or click the edit button. So I'm gonna click the video itself, little title. We're in here. I gotta remember to delete this. Let me do that real quick so I don't forget. I do these trainings and I change stuff and then it's not good. So if I scroll down, you're gonna notice that there is gonna be a button that says show more. If I click show more, there's a lot of options here, but we're gonna, okay, remember I talked to you guys about tags? Okay, this is where you can add like real estate or something, do a comma and it adds it in there. Just know, see what it says here, tags can be useful if content in your video is commonly misspelled. Otherwise, tags play a minimal role in helping viewers find your video. So misspelled, I don't really see that useful for our industry. And if it's not necessarily going to push us out more or be a huge benefit, I'm not going to promote it. So, but just, I know I mentioned tags earlier, so I wanted you guys to see that. I'm going to keep scrolling down until I see category. Okay, so this one I selected earlier when I was doing this training, people and blogs, okay? But notice they're very broad. So is it autos and vehicles? No. Comedy. Education could be a good tag. For me, that's typically what I choose for like channels like this, where we're uploading educational content for real estate professionals. Entertainment, film, animation, gaming, how to, and style could be a category. Maybe you're talking about 5 ways to improve your home to maximize when you sell. Okay, maybe you're talking about interior design, decorating, paint colors, neutral paint colors, something like that, right? Again, just more content ideas that it's virtually unlimited. Staging, music, probably not. News and politics, definitely probably not. You can go through. People and blogs are going to be probably the closest relevant to the majority of the content that we are posting, which is actually one of the most viewed categories. People and blogs, one of the most viewed. So you can leverage that. Some others, probably not. Maybe traveling events, maybe, you know, if you're vacationing in San Diego, or wherever it may be, learn more about real estate there, maybe think about moving. But typically people and blogs are going to be the most important one here. All you do is select it, click save, and you're good. Now it was already selected, so it won't let me save. But just know that if you're going to add categories here, it can allow you to capture a greater audience. You just got to play around with these categories to see which ones are going to work best for your video content. But again, people and blogs, and then maybe how to and style and education will be the 3 that you can kind of, I said 4. I'm saying 3, but I'm showing 4. 3 categories that I would recommend, right? Those top 3. So education, how to and style, and then maybe people and blogs for that one. Okay, and then you hit save. And you can go back and do that for all your videos if you haven't already. All right. Also, does anybody's Monday browser look like this? Isn't this just obnoxious? How many tabs are there? It's gonna be a great day. So I'm gonna go through back. Let's find our training deck. It's just how my brain works, right? That's just how Mir said all the time, right? It doesn't matter if it's your phone, your computer, or your brain. We have 15 files open at the same time. All right, so we talked about that. Timestamps, where are we at? Category, we talked. Optimize your video with thumbnails. So some people create thumbnails. If you go in here and you're looking at YouTube content, come on, let me exit out of here. Why is it not letting me exit? Here we go. talk about thumbnails. There's that one. So if I go back to YouTube, now this channel doesn't necessarily have one, but maybe you guys have heard of Mr. Beast. He's a YouTuber, makes ridiculous amounts of money, like millions of dollars per month. It's insane. But see these thumbnails? Okay. They're attractive. They stop the scroll. This is what I mean by a thumbnail. So you hover over it, it gives you a preview of what's in there. Let me give you some YouTube or real estate examples. Calgary real estate. Let's see if he organically pops up. There he is. That's who I was looking for. So notice that when I click in, let me go to his channel, not the actual video. This realtor has almost 40,000 subscribers. I think we've talked about him before. But if I scroll down, you see these thumbnails. It doesn't have to be super crazy. It could be a price point with maybe your headshot on there. Okay. But it basically, when someone's scrolling, it gives them something. These are beautiful because society loves HGTV, $1 million listing, right? All those different things, which they really were just lied to us. We're like, oh, I'm going to get into this industry. It's going to be amazing. No, it's a lot of fun, but it's also a lot of work. But your thumbnails here can capture or stop the scroll. Okay, so here these are pretty simple. It's just a photo of a beautiful home with a giant price point in the background. There's some others. It could maybe talk about, again, I keep bringing up home warranty, but right, a thumbnail just gives the user a reason to click on your video, and it actually matters a lot. It actually matters a lot. He is great. I agree. He does a lot of really good content on here. His name's Brad McCollum. If you want to come here and just get ideas or click into his videos and steal what he's doing, okay, look at this description, right? You can come in here and get some ideas and maybe copy this. Obviously, change out your information for you, but maybe this is now your template. Okay, he's mastered his channel. In an interview, this is his #1 way of generating organic listing leads. All of his organic listing leads come directly from here. We can see these thumbnails. Okay, thumbnails matter. The worst, the best, maybe the worst property available currently, the best property available currently, whatever it may be, right? 5 reasons or 5 mistakes to avoid, right? Think of those kind of buzzword type of things that could capture the audience for that. Mary, yes, he does have deep pockets now, but I will tell you this, he did not have a crew. He did not, I've watched several of his interviews. He didn't, if you go back to the very beginning of his video content, it was just him, right? He didn't have a huge team. Obviously, he's very successful now. He has a whole production team behind him that does all this, but it did not start that way. He didn't even have listings. He talked about going in and getting permission to showcase other properties within his brokerage on there. So you got to start somewhere, and then hopefully it all works out and you can afford, a production team or just help to take all of this off your plate. But let me come back over here. It's always important to be aware of how your content appears in search results, not just the verbiage, not just the text that's in there, as this will influence whether or not viewers actually click on your video. The thumbnail is the majority of the reason why somebody would click on your video. Keep that in mind, okay? The thumbnail is critically important to stop the scroll and for them to actually click. YouTube titles should be accurate and descriptive, while thumbnails should be visually appealing enough to stand out from the crowd. Of course, your title should be accurate and a great description, but your thumbnails should be that wow factor, that shock factor, enough and appealing enough to stand out from the crowd. If you have a verified account, you have to have your account verified so that you can, which most do, they just send you an email and you verify it. Suggest creating custom thumbnails rather than relying on YouTube's auto-generated options. Okay, so for example, and this is just for a training channel, if I come over here and we take a look at our channel, go back here, your channel, okay, thumbnails, this is specific for you guys, so it's not like, we're necessarily trying to capture other audiences, but see how it just auto-generates these? These are less appealing, right? These aren't super exciting. As opposed to if I go to I started doing this, but you know, it's a one-man show, so it's only so much you can do in a day. I went through and started, I'm just showing you guys this, it's our sister company. But if I go through some of our other videos, see this thumbnail? I went and created for some of these an actual thumbnail. This looks more appealing to click on, breaking to luxury real estate market, right? Ooh, I'm gonna click on that and see what that is. ChatGPT, we created one for that. It's a little bit ways back here, right? Here is some, right? These are more visually appealing than maybe this, right? ChatGPT, blow your mind. Shock factor, gives it more insight, looks better. It's more appealing than maybe just the auto-generated one from YouTube here. All right, so that's what I mean by thumbnail. All right, so let's go back over here because I got a couple more things. Verified account. Okay, I'll show you guys where you can actually upload the thumbnail with that as well. But thumbnails have a resolution. If you want to take a picture of this, or I can share it. Thumbnails have a resolution of 1280 by 720, minimum width of 640, right? So it can expand or decompress for mobile, desktop, whatever it may be. You can upload an image format such as JPG or JPEG, GIF, or PNG. I always recommend PNG. It's the best digital quality. PNG will by far be the best. Be under 2 megabytes for videos or 10 megabytes for podcasts. Most people aren't creating podcasts on that platform in the real estate industry or maybe on this call, but 2 megabytes for videos. And the goal is to stop the scroll. So again, here's some examples of those thumbnails. I wouldn't recommend necessarily creating it yourself, okay? Of course, there's Canva. You can go in, create your thumbnail. I'm all about delegating things that are trainable or just leveraging certain platforms. Fiverr. We've talked about Fiverr before. Fiverr.com. You can come here and get a thumbnail created for $5, $10. Okay, so if I say, come in here and I do YouTube thumbnail, YouTube thumbnail. Okay, premium thumbnail, 10 bucks, 15 bucks, whatever it may be. There's some for $5. So if you want someone, actually, this is the guy that I use. He's amazing. Very quick, like within an hour. I'm gonna paste this in the chat box just so you guys can have it if you want to leverage it. But you can come through here and they will just create your thumbnail for you. You tell them a little bit of description, they create it for you, you're done. You don't have to worry about designing or anything like that. If you're having multiple done, there's discounts, but you can come in here and find your own, find a cheaper option, doesn't matter. But I'm just saying, leverage the tools of different platforms to help you create this content. If you need help with video editing, YouTube video editing. Very inexpensive, 15 bucks, okay? You need help editing a video, have them come in here. They do transitions, add text to it, add different things that make it engaging for that consumer. But you can come in here and leverage this platform for a lot of this as well. Thumbnails are important. All right, let's talk about hashtags. Hashtags are a great way to make sure your YouTube content is discoverable. So not only are hashtags available in your titles, you can include them in your titles and descriptions. Are they clickable? But you can also search for specific hashtags in a YouTube search. So very similar to Instagram, Facebook. Hashtags are still very much real. However, it's kind of changed. So the 30 that they typically give you, like maybe on Facebook or Instagram, don't use all 30. Okay, that could look spammy to the algorithm. See down here, YouTube's algorithm sees the overuse of hashtags as spammy, and a lot of other platforms are seeing that as well. Okay, 5 to 10 relevant hashtags, macro hashtags, micro hashtags, still relevant. But absolutely use these in your YouTube channel, whether in your title or your description. If you do hashtag something in your title or in your description, of course, remember what we just saw on that realtor's description, how it was all built out. He has some hashtags in there. You can absolutely add some in there as well. Just make sure that they're relevant to what's in the actual video, because these are searchable. They're still searchable. Instagram, it's a search engine. YouTube, it's a search engine. All these social media platforms are search engines, and the more information relevant to that piece of content that you're posting, the better, because it's searchable. Okay, it's searchable. Now, hashtags are not searchable in comments. Don't forget that. We've talked about that before. You want to make sure hashtags are in descriptions or captions, like on Instagram. I know we're talking about YouTube, but like on Instagram, you don't want to put hashtags in a comment because it may look better. They're not searchable. They're not scrubbed. It has to go in the caption, or if you're on YouTube, it has to go in the description there. Okay, and those are still very much searchable and filtered by users on YouTube. One of the last things we're talking about is playlists. Your YouTube channel is a database of video content. So it's important to organize your videos into keyword optimized playlists. This helps YouTube understand what topics your channel covers and helps viewers navigate the content more easily. So you can see here as an example, created playlist. This one's all about Instagram story hacks. This one's all about, whatever. I just did this for an example, but maybe yours is, this is the home buying process, selling process, all about home warranties, all about lending, parks in your local market, schools in your local market, shopping, dining, hiking, outdoor activities. Break it up into different playlists. So when somebody's going through or relocating to San Diego, everything you need to know about relocating to San Diego, and every video that's in this playlist is about relocating. Every video in this playlist is about the home buying process. Right? Every video in this playlist is all about selling your home for top dollar, homeowners, right? It's geared towards that audience. So it breaks up your content and allows someone to go in, whatever pertains to them, whatever their situations. Are they buying, they're selling, they just want to learn more about that area. Remember, just like what we went here, we started searching content, hiking in San Diego. People come here and search. It doesn't always have to be just about real estate, about a home, right? You are the hub of everything in your specific area, okay? So keep that in mind. Tons of things. Best coffee. Look, the algorithm knows I've been typing San Diego, so it's guessing where I'm trying to go, okay? Best coffee shops, San Diego. Tons of different things that you can search. How do you add a playlist? Well, let me go back to a channel here. Let me see, are we still on this one, or did I go to the other one? Nope, I'm still here. So let me do this. Playlists, if you already have them created, they will show up here, okay? Just like that. If you're logged in, you can go in and create the playlist. I'm gonna click Manage Videos. And I can select, let's say the first three are all about the home buying process. I can select this here, those three, add to a playlist. I can either add one that's already there, or I can click New Playlist, give it a title, give it a description. Is it going to be public? And once it is, let's pretend it's all about relocating to San Diego. Okay, that for this. Add a description. I'm just gonna do that for now. Create, save. Now, anytime I want to go through and add another video, so let's unselect those. And let's say, oh, I want to add this one. I just filmed it. I can add to playlist, click here, and add that one on there as now. Well, now when I go back over here, and I go to my channel, how's that? And I click playlist, I now have that additional playlist here, okay? Now, if you wanted to showcase a playlist on your home screen, you can absolutely add that there as well. You just have to customize channel. Sorry, guys, I clicked on that a little fast. Energy drink is kicking in. Customize channel next to manage homes or manage videos. And if I scroll down for layout, featured sections, I can add a section. I can add a playlist, choose this one. I want that to show towards the top. Yep. We're just going to go with that one, click publish. And now when I go to my channel and scroll down on that home page, they don't have to click on playlist to see it, but it will be there. But if I go back to the home page, so when someone first comes here and they scroll down, they now see that playlist, okay, on that channel. So again, you go under customize channel, you can select videos that you want to include in there, but from here you can add it to your home page under layout. Customize channel, under layout, you can add it there. So I'm going to delete this because like I said, I'll forget. Click publish. I'm going to go back over here to manage videos so I can actually delete or remove those from that playlist. I'm going to click playlist and I'm going to delete this playlist. And just know that the videos within the playlist will not be deleted. It's just that playlist is being deleted. Okay, the content will still be there. Just will not show there. Okay, so you can always add those playlists to help break up the content. Again, for whatever it is, whoever's viewing your channel, consuming that content, they can choose a specific playlist that they want to consume. All right, and then lastly, post videos consistently. Make it a goal, 1 a week. Do 1 a week. Whether you're in the video, you're not in the video, produce more video content. Posting and regularly editing videos is one of the best ways to ensure YouTube's algorithm recognizes you as an active user. You post one video, 6 months later, you post another, not good, right? Make a schedule. Maybe it's 1 a week. Start with 1 a week. That's manageable. If you have an older video that hasn't gotten much traction, consider updating the title, description, tags, or even thumbnail image to help YouTube's algorithm find it again. So if you have a video that's not performing well, or you just want to change it up, maybe you ended up doing some research after this call, and now you're going to go in and optimize your title, description, or anything with that video to try to push it up and get it more engaged. YouTube will also let you cut and edit segments of an existing video only once. Apart from that, the content should be evergreen. So again, if you're talking about home warranties, that's evergreen content. You're talking about, typically relocating and things like that. A lot of this is evergreen content that we are creating. But you want to make sure with anything in life, especially business, consistency always wins. And to that, I know we're 10 minutes over. Any questions on these? Hopefully these tips and tricks, you got something out of this call today. Maybe you knew some of it, maybe you didn't. Take one piece of it. That's all we ask. One piece. Don't just consume content. Don't consume trainings. Take one piece. I empower you to implement one of these strategies into your channel or your business today. Add it to your calendar, right? Incorporate it into your business, add it to your calendar, time block to actually go through and execute and take action on it today.
Hey, Justin, I have a question.
Yeah.
What do you use to add captions to the video while editing?
So typically I just have it automatically do it.
Okay.
Typically that's how I do it. Or if I'm using, I've gotten soft and I don't do a lot of editing myself anymore. And I just send it to Fiverr and they add them for me. But if you're in here, videos, and let's say we're going to do this video. Over on the left, I go into editor. And, oh no, actually maybe they moved it. Let me go back to details. And I scroll down. Actually, you know what? I think it's under, nope, let me go back. All right, so it's back under where we saw our video content, these here. I'm gonna select the video and then under more actions, nope, it's not there either. Where did they move it? Maybe edit? There's caption certificate. Nope. All right, bear with me guys, it's in here somewhere.
Yeah.
I know in the last training that we looked at it. Maybe it's, is it under edit? Subtitles, here we go. All right, so you have to select the language first before you do that. So in there, you're gonna scroll down and click show more. Typically language, video. So I'm gonna do English for this one. English, United States. That's also gonna be English. But from here, then you can choose, whichever one they've added to this. So it looks a little bit more complicated. Never aired on US television. It's not because we're only posting it here. I'm going to click save. And then when I go back up, You can see subtitles.
Mhm.
And you can either upload up here. If you already have a script, you can do auto sync. There you can paste it in there. But I want you guys to know when you go in to actually upload your video for the first time, you go in and upload it, it's going to ask you an option if you wanted to create captions automatically. YouTube can automatically create those captions at that time. Okay.
Mhm.
Or what I don't recommend is typing them in manually. So that's what I would recommend in the very beginning when you actually upload the video, select the automatic one. It's going to ask you for language like we did, and you can add it there. Otherwise, you're going to come in here and have to get it transcribed like on YouTube or something and upload the actual script to that video. So you can always have your videos, which I actually recommend, you can always have your videos transcribed. So then you can take that and create a blog style for it as well. Otherwise, you can come in here and do it manually or upload those manually in there.
Okay,
Good questions.
thank you.
Of course. Any other questions, guys? Again, I encourage you, implement one of these items in there to your business, add it to your calendar, and take action this week on there. We have another training coming up next week, how to engineer the perfect ChatGPT prompts for real estate. I'm going to go through and show you how you can tell it how to act so you get a specific return on what you're asking it to do. So again, I've taken your guys' feedback for more trainings that you want. I'm going to finish up the training schedule for September and get that out to you guys this week. So you can always go there, but please go register for that ChatGPT one. It's going to be a little more advanced in there. If you guys have any questions, reach out to your EOG sales executive. They're happy to help you. And hopefully we see you in escrow very, very soon. Otherwise, have an amazing week. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you in the next training.
Thank you, Justin. Appreciate you very much, my friend.
My pleasure, guys. Have a good week.
See ya.